The historical context of Jesus as a Muslim is a topic that has been widely debated by scholars and theologians alike. The Islamic perspective on Jesus is unique and offers a fresh perspective on the life of one of the most important figures in human history. From an Islamic perspective, Jesus is considered to be a prophet and messenger of God, sent to guide humanity towards the path of righteousness. According to Islamic tradition, Jesus was born to the Virgin Mary and was raised in a pious and devout household. He began his prophetic mission in his early 30s and was known for his miracles, teachings, and compassion towards the poor and the marginalized. The historical context of Jesus as a Muslim is rooted in the early days of Islam, when the Prophet Muhammad began preaching the message of monotheism in Arabia. As Islam began to spread, it encountered different religious traditions, including Christianity. The Islamic view of Jesus was influenced by the teachings of the Quran, which presents Jesus as a prophet and messenger of God, but not as the Son of God or a divine figure. Islamic eschatology, or the study of the end of times, also plays a significant role in the Islamic view of Jesus. According to Islamic tradition, Jesus will return to earth before the day of judgment to defeat the Antichrist and establish justice and peace on earth. This belief in the return of Jesus is shared by both Christians and Muslims, although the details of his return differ between the two traditions. The Islamic perspective on the miracles of Jesus is also unique. While Christians view Jesus' miracles as proof of his divinity, Muslims see them as a sign of his prophethood and his closeness to God. The Quran mentions several of Jesus' miracles, including his ability to heal the sick, raise the dead, and speak as a baby. The relationship between Jesus and the Quran is also an important aspect of the historical context of Jesus as a Muslim. The Quran mentions Jesus by name more than any other prophet, and his teachings are seen as complementary to those of the Prophet Muhammad. Muslims believe that the Quran is the final revelation of God, and that it confirms and completes the message of previous prophets, including Jesus. The controversy surrounding the Islamic view of Jesus is rooted in the differences between Islamic and Christian theology. While both traditions acknowledge Jesus as a prophet, Christians view him as the Son of God and the Savior of humanity, while Muslims see him as a human being and a messenger of God. These differences have led to centuries of debate and conflict between the two faiths. Despite these differences, the impact of Jesus on Islamic theology and philosophy cannot be denied. Islamic scholars have written extensively about Jesus and his teachings, and his message of love, compassion, and justice has influenced Muslim thinkers throughout history. The similarities and differences between Jesus in Christianity and Islam continue to be a subject of study and dialogue between the two faiths. Finally, the Islamic view of Jesus' crucifixion and resurrection is also an important aspect of the historical context of Jesus as a Muslim. While Christians believe that Jesus was crucified and resurrected, Muslims believe that he was not crucified, but rather taken up to heaven by God. This belief is based on the Quranic account of Jesus' life, which presents a different narrative than the one found in the New Testament. In conclusion, the historical context of Jesus as a Muslim offers a unique perspective on the life and teachings of one of the most important figures in human history. The Islamic view of Jesus is rooted in the teachings of the Quran and the Prophet Muhammad, and offers a fresh perspective on his message of love, compassion, and justice. While the differences between Islamic and Christian theology are significant, there is much that both faiths can learn from each other in their shared reverence for Jesus as a prophet and messenger of God.